So, high school is difficult. And if you're like me, you were never really given a guide or a framework, someone to lead you through the process of being a great student, being a great athlete, getting girls, having high social status, all of the things that you want to achieve, and all of the things that you want to be a part of in high school. I never got that. And if you're like me, you probably never got that as well. So I'm here to give you the framework that took me from someone who was not excelling in my grades necessarily. I was an average student, not really excelling in my social life, not really doing the things that I wanted to be doing out of school, and honestly just felt kind of blah, mediocre, felt like I wasn't putting in the effort that I could. That was all of my freshman and sophomore year. Sure, I played basketball, I played sports, but everything was just kind of flat. There was no excitement. I wasn't pulling or being successful with girls. I wasn't necessarily high in the social status. So, how did I get from there to here making this video telling you how to become the best high school student you could possibly be? Well, you might be asking, what do you have to offer? You're just a guy sitting in front of a camera telling me about how to be great in all these things. Let's get into it and let's not waste any of your time. If you're new here, thanks for joining in. Thank you for clicking on this video. Let's get straight to it. The low hanging fruit is the gym. Get into the gym, get a routine. You can start on push pull legs. It's very simple. Get a gym membership. Ask your mom, ask your dad. Say, Mom, I really want to get in shape. Just, I know you're going to have to pay for it, but trust me, it's going to be good for my health and I'm going to be able to get out of the house and it's a new hobby, it's a new passion for me. So please, I'm very serious about this and I want to get into shape. I guarantee you, your parents will like that. They'll like that attitude and they'll like that you're taking initiative. That's the low hanging fruit. Get into the gym. We could have a whole video talking about what exercises to do, what split to do, your nutrition, protein, all those different things, right? But that's not what we're here to do. So, you're in the gym, you're working out now, you're starting to get some exercise goals achieved throughout the week. Maybe you're doing some running on the side. Maybe you even already play a sport, but you haven't been in the weight room. That's another bonus. Or maybe you've been in the weight room, but you've never played a sport before. To that, to you, I would suggest play a sport. That's my next point. Basketball absolutely changed the way I looked at everything. I did things that I never thought were possible. I got very, very close to dunking a basketball last summer. And because I had put in the work in plyometrics and weight training, and I had been doing all of that cardio for the entire season, I got up to a point where I was almost dunking a basketball. I was grabbing the rim, I was getting there, but then things change, right? Um, Ninth grade, I was touching the middle of the net, a little below that. To give you some perspective, I'm not that tall either. I'm like 5'10". Um, you need to play a sport so that you can learn discipline, so that you can learn how to lead, so that you can learn how to function in a group, and you can learn how to successfully lead a group to victory. I mean, we don't we don't have any better opportunity right now to become a leader, to learn discipline, to learn the value of dedication and sports. I guarantee you, your high school has so many sports, and you might have not even researched it. So go out there, play a sport. Doesn't matter what it is. Get out there, assert yourself, right? Okay, be an initiator. Be an initiator. Don't be a receiver. Don't be passive. Be proactive, okay? This goes, let's cover grades first. Your grades aren't important just in the fact that they are grades, but they are important in the fact that they reflect the work that you are willing to put in to get the result that you want. The school system makes it so easy, especially if you go to regular public school. They make it so easy for you to do incredibly well. Obviously, I don't agree with the education methods that a lot of public schools use. I don't think it's an effective education. I think kids are being guided in the wrong direction, but it's incredibly easy to do well. And if you do excel in high school and get amazing grades, then you will be rewarded after that with better opportunities and opportunities that will take you to where you really want to go. So, how did I get from B's, sometimes C's, to all A's? I mean, freshman and sophomore year, I didn't have an amazing GPA. I was getting B's and C's, nothing amazing. And then junior year, I kind of flipped the switch and I started getting all A's. And this year, my senior year, I've gotten all A's and I plan to do that for the entire year. Ask questions in class when you don't understand, please. Ask questions immediately. I don't care if you're embarrassed. I don't care if everyone else thinks they know the answer and they think you're the only person who doesn't. Ask the question. I cannot stress to you enough how many times asking a question in class has directly correlated to me receiving an A on a test. If you catch yourself when you don't understand something and you act on it as soon as possible, you will do better than everyone else who is struggling because they refuse to look stupid in front of the class. This is the problem. We get so tripped up by our own ego, we refuse to get out of our own way, that we can't even help ourselves in the way that we need to, because we're too focused on what other people will think. Ask questions, be proactive in class. It's incredibly easy to get good grades. You don't have to be smart. You just have to be cognizant of when you don't understand something and be proactive. And as soon as possible, ask a question about it. You ask a question about it, you pay attention in class, you lock in for however long your class is, 45, 60-minute class. You do that for all of your periods throughout the day. You have to do essentially like none of the heavy lifting outside of class once you've done all that, because you already know how to do the thing. So at that point, studying for the test is just practice. Do you realize that most of your classmates learn the thing right before the test? Do you realize that? Most of your classmates learn all about the subject right before the test. And what's the difference? You're the one who's just going to be focused, locked in the entire time, and then you basically have to do no studying before the test. That sounds pretty good to me. That's exactly how I did it. Just ask questions. I recognized when I wasn't getting it, when I wasn't tracking with what the teacher was saying. I got that clarification. I focused as hard as I could for those 60 minutes. And easy peasy. Do what you got to do outside of class, do your homework, and you can move on. That's it. People make it super complicated. I would apply the same process to if you're studying for some big test, an ACT or an SAT or whatever you're doing. I would reach out to your teachers, ask them for help. They're the ones who are experts on this stuff. Don't get locked up by your ego. Okay? Reach out because you need help. We all need help. Being proactive in the classroom also translates to being proactive in your social life. I know a lot of y'all are at home doing nothing, scrolling, 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 waiting for someone else to invite you. And then you get mad and then you get bitter that you didn't get invited. And then you look at their story, and then you're like shooting yourself because, oh well, you could have talked to them before and then you could have gone. Dude, please, please, please don't force yourself into social situations. Don't be the one who's asking to get invited. Please never be that person. I want you to be the guy who's inviting people and who people ask you to invite them. I want you to be that guy. Because guess what? We need more of those. We need more leaders. Now, when it comes to the activities that you're doing when you're inviting people, I would advise you not to smoke or drink or host a degenerate party. Now, it's your life. You can do it. Doesn't matter to me. I'm not affected by it. Whatever. If you think that's fun, if your friends enjoy it, go ahead. Personally, I'm calling myself to a higher standard, and I don't want myself and those around me doing those kinds of activities because I don't think it's healthy. But that is to say, I still want you to be the initiator. I'd rather you be the initiator of a party and get people invited and be that guy than be the kid who's like, oh, I'm just gonna sit at home and be all good and righteous, and all of you are terrible. I hate that too. Okay, don't be that guy either. But take initiative. Just throw yourself out there. Don't wait for yourself to get invited. It could be small. It could be small things too. Invite guys to go to the gym. Do something wholesome, or whatever you want to do. But honestly, invite people to go to the mall, bro. Invite people to go study. Dude, I don't know. Think of something. You know what to do, okay? Be proactive. Be the leader in your social group and invite people. Like, girls. Yeah, this is a big one, right? Because it's like, oh man, seems like all these guys like her too, and I'm kind of just sitting here waiting in line for my turn. And it's like I don't even know like what to do. Do I go up? How do I use pickup line? Like, okay, first of all, it's gonna sound cliche, it's gonna sound trite, but go after what you want. Okay, go after what you want, and yes, be yourself to an extent. If whatever yourself is a sloppy, grumpy, low energy piece of shit mess, then please do not be yourself. Get into the gym, take a cold shower, whatever you need to do to become a better version of yourself. Okay? Um, don't expect to walk up to the 10 in your class who has 17 other guys waiting for a turn with a double chin and a gut hanging out and sloppy hair and bad breath and be like, oh, why didn't she like me? Like, come on, let's use some common sense here, okay? Um, you need to speak to more girls. You need to speak to them. You need to go up to them, ask them questions, and have normal conversations. You see, what's interesting is that when you go up to a girl with the intention of simply having a conversation with her, things go great. Have you ever noticed that the girls that you talk to who you don't like or aren't attracted to, you have really good conversations with? Why is that? It's because you're not expecting anything. You aren't anxious about a certain result. You aren't wondering or worried if she'll say yes. You don't care. You don't like her, dude. You're just having a conversation with her like one of the bros. Now, obviously, it's different if it's a girl that you do like and you man up and you go over there and you talk to her. It's not the same thing. It's not apples to apples, and I completely understand that. But I want you in the next 2 days to go up. Maybe it's not even the girl you like. Go up to a girl and start a conversation with her. Go up to a girl and start a conversation with her. The more practice you get, the better you'll get at it. And honestly, once you have a conversation started, it's just flowing. It's flowing, it's flowing, it's flowing. And from there, it's easy peasy, it's downhill. I mean, let's say you talk to two, three, four girls before talking to the girl that you like. You've got some experience, you've got some charisma built up, right? And now you feel confident. You're like, okay, I can go up there and have it be a normal conversation. If she's not feeling it, she's not feeling it. Maybe I'm not feeling it. I haven't even spoken to this girl. Maybe we're not even compatible. If she is feeling it and if I'm feeling it, cool. We'll see what the next steps are. But don't force yourself to to do things just because other people say you need to do them. Okay. What's the major theme here in all of this? Get out of your comfort zone. You need to get out of your comfort zone and you need to stop just staying in your little pleasure bubble where you do the same thing every day, come home, look at the same stuff, watch the same stuff, read the same stuff, talk to the same people. Get out of your pleasure bubble because your pleasure bubble is slowly killing you, whether you want to admit it or not. The times where you feel anxiety and the butterflies in your stomach, those are the times that grow you as a man. Those are the times where you're like, yeah, I look back and I don't regret it. So, I got 5 action steps for you. Ask a question immediately the next time you're in class when you don't understand something. Go up to a random girl in the next 2 days and start a conversation with them. Ask your parents for a gym membership or just buy one yourself. Play a sport. If you don't want to play a sport, you can double down on the gym thing. But I suggest you should at least go out and play a sport. You can also replace this with another side hobby like learning how to play the piano, learning how to play the guitar, um, join the choir, do whatever you want to do. And then 5, invite some guys, girls, whatever you want to do. Invite some friends to do something. Go to the mall, go to the gym, go eat out somewhere, whatever you want to do. Those are 5 action steps, and you'll be cruising. You'll be ahead of every one of your other classmates because you took the time to watch this video and you're willing to put in the work that no one else is willing to put in. So I wish you the best of luck in your journey, and I will see you soon.